We're happy to be here today with Roberta Diez Brinton from the University of Arizona. Roberta, could you tell me in a few words what it is that you do?
So our research is focused on the question of why is it that women are at a greater risk for developing Alzheimer's disease, a twofold greater lifetime risk for developing Alzheimer's disease. And our research has really shown that contrary to popular thought that it's just that women live longer than men that accounts for their twofold greater lifetime risk, that actually doesn't support the magnitude of the effect in women. Women on average live about 4.5 years longer than men. What our research has shown is two critical factors emerge. One is that the loss of estrogen in the brain creates a bioenergetic and energy crisis in the brain. And that energy crisis leads to an activation of a pathway that in the short term benefits the female brain. It's the starvation pathway. And in the short term benefits the brain. And in the long term works against the survival of the brain and can lead to development of Alzheimer's disease. Moreover, the second point is that it's not that women live longer than men. It's that women start the disease earlier than men. Women are starting the seeding of the disease around the time of the perimenopause to the menopause. So in their midlife endocrine aging transition, they can actually begin the process of Alzheimer's disease that then 10 to 15 to 20 years later is diagnosed as Alzheimer's.
Wow.
So the time for intervention is not at the 10 to 15 year mark. It's right then and there. What is it that we need to do to halt the development of the early stages of Alzheimer's disease and actually reverse that process?
That's huge. That's a really important shift.
Yeah.
And so what brought you here to the Women's Brain Forum?
So this is a fantastic meeting where people, women and men, come together from different perspectives around the women in health, both neurological health and mental health, the neurological aspect, can come together and discuss the science, the public health issues, and the, if you will, the broader global issues of the impact of women's health, either impact in a positive way or the impact of not having health in women.
From the group that's here today, who would you say is there any group that you would say is missing and should be brought on for future versions of this forum?
So I think a really fantastic opportunity is in kind of the computational systems biology or big data science. Today, you had the tech director from Microsoft in Europe, in Switzerland here today. And that was all around kind of the data gathering, like the access of women to the internet. And that is actually going to be very important for data gathering. My suggestion is on the other side of data analytics. For example, right? What are women searching for? Now, the reason why these large tech companies are actually moving into the health space is because people use the internet to learn about their conditions, to learn about their family conditions, the affecting loved ones, and what they can possibly do. Well, wouldn't it be interesting if we could then begin to mine that data and say, oh, isn't it interesting that in these particular areas of the world, wait a minute, all of these women are asking about multiple sclerosis. Wait a minute, why is that? Right? And are those women actually using a strategy, whether that's a therapeutic intervention or a dietary intervention, that now, wait a minute, it looks like they are actually improving, or not, right? So all of a sudden, we can begin to have analytics that are captured in real time from real people.
That would be fascinating, actually, and very
Yeah.
complementary. And so if you had to pitch to the, let's say, the incoming generation, the new scientists, the new doctors, the new policymakers, why they should be on board with this discussion around, sex and gender differences in brain and mental health, what would that pitch be?
I think the pitch would be women are 51% of the global population. So we impact far more than 51% of the population. Women undoubtedly impact their family, their loved ones, their communities. We are oftentimes the people who are sustaining family, sustaining community, and sustaining the world. So we have a large impact. The other aspect for bringing in the next generation and what is, I think, compelling is that the complexity, where the simple science has been done. Check. We have A leads to B, done. What we don't have is, wait a minute, there are all these complex interactions, right, that are now impacting, physical health, community health, national health, global health. And it's going to take all brains on deck.
I like that. All brains on deck. It's a perfect note to end on. Thank you very much.